Well, good morning. I'm here at the trailhead. Here is the Ozark Trail. I just signed in. There's where I signed in. And we're off on this adventure. Anywhere from 164 to 180 miles. We'll see if I get to the Buffalo River and it's passable. I may go across there and stop at the 164 mark. If it's not, then I'll just keep on going. And another 15 miles, and there's a place, the parking lot that Connie can meet me and finish it up. But that's my plan, to hold sort of the eastern terminus loosely, either the traditional terminus there at the Buffalo River at Woolham, or going up to the next, which is part of the new extension that they're building, and do 15 miles on that. But excited for the day. Talk to you a little bit about the Ozark Mountains and what started my interest here. Several years ago, I was a young major. We were stationed at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, which is nestled in the Missouri part section of the Ozarks. And there, really fell in love with the beauty of the area. The people, like always, make it great. And really became interested in it. So there was a book that was written by Harold Bell Wright. I think it was first published in 1906, called The Shepherd of the Hills. And that is a really neat book about a man who is sort of escaping the pressures of his life, and he escapes to the Ozarks and meets the people, falls in love with them, and just starts to care for those people. And again, the book is Shepherd of the Hills. I'd recommend it to you. It's a fun read. There we go, Ozark Highlands Trail. Sort of just a gravel-based trail right now. That'll change soon. It's early in the morning. Getting on the trail right at 7 o'clock. I like being on the trail this early. There's the white blazes that mark the trail well. And we start with a little water crossing. Nice to hear the stream. Morning is still breaking through. A little cloudy today, and about mid-60s, but it's going to be cooling down over the next few days and be real pleasant. This is Tuesday morning. There's talk of a little bit of about a 40% chance of rain for tomorrow, then a better chance of rain on Sunday, but the area could sure use it. It's been dry here. Well, I don't know if you'll see it. You'll probably hear it better. Boat out on the lake. First couple of miles, we hike around the perimeter of Lake Fort Smith. And then after about 2.5 miles of that, we'll cross the creek and then turn east. This is the side of the first waterfall, about a mile in, and you can see it's no water, pretty dry. It has been really dry so far this year. So if we can get a couple of days of rain, that will be very pleasant. Nothing to see here, so we'll keep on going. Best view of Lake Fort Smith I've had so far. Real close to the water's edge, and then you see the mountains in the background. Going to be going around and going up over that one right there. So yeah, beautiful day. Just a little pretty spot on the trail. All of this ivy out through here. All the ground is covered, and so are the trees. Before they made Lake Fort Smith, there were homesteads all through the area. And here's a chimney that's the remaining of one of those old homesteads. I wonder how many winters that fire burned to keep people warm who lived in these beautiful mountains. Well, I want to show you something from my childhood. When I was growing up, till I was 5 years old, our home water came from one of these. This is an old cistern, some kind of water pump. Never understood how it worked, sort of a siphoning action. But this would fill up with water, and you can see in the back, there isn't a whole lot of water today. So this will fill up, and the way I know it fills up is that it's got this overflow here, and then it would flow on down. And now there's the lake. But I imagine the old homesteads got their water from this. There's another chimney. There was another homestead right here. The house is long gone. The chimney's still here. Probably got water from that. We called it a cistern. Really isn't a cistern, but that's what I grew up knowing it as. It would get waterlogged, and my dad would take all 6 boys. We'd all walk about a mile away from the house and let the air out of the lines so that the water would flow, and it would pump it back up to the house again. And it was all unfiltered. So we like to think that we might be immune from some of these waterborne things, but I doubt that. So I filter my water. Alrighty. Lots of spiders out. A lot of silk blazing. There's no one behind me. I haven't seen any signs of anyone in front of me. This is truly a trail less traveled, I think. The Ozark Highlands Trail. Beautiful. Well, just to show you how dry it is here, I'm standing in the middle of Frog Bayou Creek. There it is. Just rocks. I've watched other videos of hikers wading through this creek. Not today. I'm just rock hopping. There was another book written by Matt Dunn, A Moss-Covered Trail. And he hiked this trail and wrote the book about it. And it sounded so peaceful. And there's humor in there, but the middle message that I took from the book was just the peacefulness of this trail. So last year when I started planning Trails Less Traveled, and after reading his book, I decided that Ozark Highlands Trail had to be one of my hikes. Well, another book that I would highly recommend if you're planning to hike this trail would be Tim Ernst's The Ozark Highlands Trail Guide. He's got version number 7 out now. I'm using 6 for this trail because it takes me through to the traditional eastern terminus at Buffalo River and Woolham. And then it also has the map that I would need if I have to go the next 15 miles on over to the next parking lot. But the Trail Guide 7, it provides all of the rest of the planned trail out to, I think it's 254 miles now. I haven't been asked to endorse any of these books, but this is my library and this is what I used to prepare my own. And it's some of the books that inspired me to write School by the Smokies. So as you get out to hike, as if you've been hiking very long, you know that you'll start to build a library. If you're new to this, I highly recommend that in addition to watching the YouTube videos of the trails you plan to hike, that you need to get a library of books, especially trail guides, get good ones, and add those to your library. Well, break's over. It's time to get back out on the trail. The end of day 1, started getting some rain about 5, so I went ahead and stopped early. And also, looking at the trail guide, it said that Hurricane Creek was the last reliable water source for the next several miles. So when I got here, Hurricane Creek was just a bed of rocks. And then I walked upstream, maybe a quarter mile, and there was a very small stream, and it was filling a couple of pools that were maybe 5 feet in diameter. So I got water, but I did stop, and that way I can have dinner. I'll have breakfast in the morning, and make sure I'm topped off with water before I get back on the trail again, because that's one of the things that you do have to be very cautious, and it's been so dry here. Look forward to some rain. Forecast is maybe some rain tomorrow. It just started raining here just enough that I thought that I should set up my tent, and then it stopped. So maybe tomorrow we'll get some rain. I'm planning on going, it's about 7 miles to where there's a private tent site, and they have water there, so I'll fill up again. So right now I'm playing it by
where I can find out that I have a reliable water source. And if it gets to the point where it just isn't, then I'd have to call off the hike. But we'll see. Right now, it's been a lot of fun to get back out on the trail. I still haven't recovered my trail legs. It was a rough 10 miles today. But tomorrow I've got one big up to start with. I like doing those with fresh legs. And then the rest of the day is sort of ups and downs. So not too bad. Well, that'll do it for today. So good night to you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay on the path. God bless you.